What's crackalackin, folks? Welcome back to Factorio. Welcome back to our Pyanodons playthrough. And we're standing here at our animal collection, and you see, animal parts collection, you see it's stuck. We're full on meat and completely full. So today we're going to take a look at how we get rid of that through composting and then throwing it into a power plant. And if it's not used there, we're gonna put it into flue gas and then void it. Speaking of voiding it, can I make 3 of these? I only need 1. I already have 1. Perfect. All right, let's put on some chill music and hop into it. Good, I already crafted a bunch of composters, which cost me all of my simple circuit boards. We're down to, like, where are they even? A handful in my inventory. Can't even find them. Am I completely out already? Yeah, we're very low on them. And I need 300 for the power plants I want to make because they need 100 a piece. And because we're going to make 3 power plants and we need 12 composters, I'm going to make a row of 4 times 3. And let's actually do it in the bottom because I can see there. And I think 1 was enough, right? 1 inserter. Let's give it 2 inserters because it was pretty slow. Let's connect this up and make the meat flow. And as output, we're gonna have compost. I'm gonna put it on the outsides here so I can see them. 1 goes on the inside, 1 goes on the outside. And let's put power poles, yeah, right next to these. Good, and let's copy that over 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let the bots do the work. And we actually need to bring power in, like actually connect it to the power network. So they'll work. So how fast are they? 0.33 to 0.1. So we only need 1 here. But I'll leave it for maybe some of the other ones maybe faster, like chitin or something like that. We don't need these. All right. You're not powered yet? You should be powered now too, yeah. Right, and the output is biomass, and we want to put a biomass power plant here for it to snag up everything. And if we make 12 a second, this is about, I guess, like 4 per second, so we need 4 inserters. Let's make it 6 because there's 0.77. And if they don't pick it up in fast enough, so let's give it another one because they need to pick it up faster than it continues. We're gonna move it into a biofactory. Did I not craft more biofactories? Thought I had more. Oh, we need gas refineries. Yeah. Gas refineries. I thought I crafted the wrong thing, but turns out I didn't. And these gas refineries are gonna turn it into flue gas, which we're then gonna void. How much can you take? 5 per second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's fine. And you need power as well. Well, you don't need power. You just convert the molten salt into hot molten salt, which we still need to put an exchanger at the back. I think we do it this way. We connect all of these up. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I'm going to copy them over here. So we connect all of these up and then make an exchanger in the end. And we can also make a connection over here for the flue gas and just void it up here. And because we need that 3 times, I'm just going to copy it down. And hopefully hit it properly. So these are actually aligned. I think they are aligned. Are they? No, they're not. I think the last one was off by 1. I'm going to space it so we actually can see the belts and they're not hidden behind the buildings. Go on, robots, get your stuff real quickly now. You can do these belts. Go charge. We should have all the buildings, so they just need to charge and place them down. Oh, there's marsh. Okay. Do we not have... we don't have landfill anymore. Okay, we need to refill on landfill as well. I'm surprised we have all the inserters, but I guess we brought like 100 of them. There's 2 inserters I can put down manually. Oh, they already got it. So we need to connect the power globally, so to say. So all of them can work. There's also marsh, so we need landfill for that as well. Where is our landfill? I already forgot. Is it back here? It's further up, right? Here. Make landfill next to science. Okay, and we have 2,000 stored up. That's why our stone is actually full. As soon as we take some, we're gonna get rid of a bunch of stone as well from the belt, but that's why we hooked up that second stone mine here. Where is it? Here, to reinforce that. Should make sure that this always keeps topped up at a 15 per second, and we can get a bit of light oil and heavy oil out of it as well. All right, you're all set up? Nope, not quite. And we need normal pipes. They're always out because they're used for so many buildings. You have to craft them all the time. Actually, we need to connect those down here. We're off by one here too. Fine, we move this by one. Always these off by one errors. Classic. Move that all one over. And now it connects. Good. Thanks, robots. All right, so we have all the biomass. The question is, are these numbers lying? Because I'm always like, so this should be 4 per second. This can go through 5 per second, but it looks like it's not going through 5 per second because it's full, right? They load it up fast enough. But yet the belt seems like it's stopping, which is weird. Yeah, they can unload fast enough. Good. We're actually keeping up down here with the speed. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we can. The most important thing is we get rid of the biomass through flue gas, which gets emptied, and that is a temporary solution before we add the heat exchanger to it. I first need to build the power plants anyway, which takes 300 simple circuit boards. Let's see if we have that many right now again. We have 180. We can put one down, potentially two. Don't do that. All these belts don't need to be placed. Someday, but not now. It's only 90,000 belts that we need to make once we have them all. All right, let's get some landfill that we need, and let's get some simple circuit boards and build 1 or 2 power plants. Actually, let's build one and then get the heat exchanger and the turbine, because those are more important to get it up and running. And then we can always go from there and expand it. I mean, it's not really there to make power constantly. I scaled it to a point where it hopefully does make power constantly, so it's not too large. Where was the landfill? Here. Let's grab 1,000 landfill, and then simple circuit boards over here, which they're hopefully running. No, they're not. So we need to scale SAP to keep the simple circuit boards running. And we can make 1 biomass power plant with a bunch more iron. Let's go back here and grab some iron. Oops. All right, 1 biomass power plant. And then we need a high pressure steam turbine. Oh, why do you need so much random garbage? That is disgusting. And then we need a heat exchanger, I believe. Yeah, one of these. And what is the after telling me? We need 1 turbine, 1 heat exchanger, and then we need pressurized water. which means we want one of these and a pump. Now let's grab all the utility boxes and other garbage we need to make the turbine. I might steal it from where the trains are made because we have access to gearboxes and stuff there. Utility boxes, if they're not backed up, we just have to trek up the belt and find some. Or hope they're made right in this second. Hopefully they're backed up. That would be nice. These are lamps, not utility boxes. Brakes. Shafts. Do we need shafts? We need one shaft. So just that single shaft is enough. 3 gearboxes and 4 brakes. Where are you outputting your brakes? Oh, here. No, here. But you're not making any brakes right now because you're short on duralumin, which you shouldn't be that short on them. How much do you make? 1 at a time? Yeah, 1. Alright, we steal the rest from where the trains are. Gearboxes are probably not backed up. Yep, so we just steal it from the trains. We need gearboxes, 4 gearboxes, a few brakes, 4 brakes, then 2 utility boxes. Where are we making those again? Is that further down? Yeah, down here. So I hope these are full and backed up. Otherwise, I think the mechanical parts will have some for us. After the melamine, and yeah, there's one here for us. We can make one of these, and we have the heat exchanger already. Let's hook up some power. We also need to hook up the molten salt. Make sure that is filled once completely. We have the first high pressure steam turbine. That's an achievement. Interesting. Oh, we already have one heat exchanger here. Interesting. Didn't even remember. So, and we're gonna connect the molten salt here. But only temporarily, because we only needed to fill up once. And once it's filled, is 800 the maximum? Let's put a pump here to shove everything in here. This is at 100, and now we disconnect. Actually, we can leave that pump even here. We still have a bunch left, but this is now full of molten salt. It says it's short on fuel, even though all of these are running. It should have enough fuel. I don't know why it is struggling. Because these last inserters aren't even working, so it doesn't make it through here. Yeah, this is barely working. How many do we need, actually? I think we don't need a full one. Yafk says we need... Oh, we only need 1 power plant for all of them. Interesting. So that changes everything. So we don't need this. And we don't need this. So we need to bring these together and then have these be done afterwards. And it's 12 per second, so that all fits on one belt. So we just put it, let's remove these back here real quick. Robots, you're allowed to work again. Let's remove you as well. There we go. Thought it was 3 power plants, but we actually only need 1 power plant. is even better. Let's remove this. And let's remove this as well. Good, let's bring it all together here in the middle. And put that one power plant down. First the 3-to-1 bouncer that we downgrade twice because the blueprint is in blue ones. All right, thank God we picked up simple circuit boards because otherwise we couldn't make the splitters. And that should fit all nicely on one belt. Where was it? Here. So how many do we have? We should use fast ones for this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We don't need exactly 12, but might as well. Where's the next power? Here. Good. You shall now feed. Very good. And you get molten salt here. Yeah, we wasted all that molten salt, but oh well. Let's put it here, put another pump in here. Fill it up to 800. These ones are full. Disconnect. So we have enough molten salt here and it's running constantly, which is perfect. Now we need the heat exchanger, which converts it into steam. And you take high pressure steam. Perfect. And we might move you up a bit for the pressure pump. Yeah, still one too short, and you need pressurized water, right? And then water comes in from the side. One too high. You are working. Sadly, you output the cold one up here. And then the steam goes here into the turbine. All right, what are you missing? The hot molten salt, you have it. We haven't connected it here. And there we go. It's power. How much are we making? 200 kilowatts. Well, let's revisit that at another time. And then behind here, we're gonna have the three, not biofactories, the three gas, and find them gas refineries. That will make flue gas from biomass. How much do you take? 5 per second. 1, 2, 3, 4. We need 5 anyway. And craft 15 of these. There we go. And we put one of these up here. And connect them to void them. Perfect. Our first biomass power plant is going. It's producing steam. And we are making 2.2 megawatts. Not a lot, but we're getting rid of stuff that we didn't want in here anyway in our inventory. So that's perfect. And we have 2 more to put down to get rid of our mostly meat right now, as far as I remember. But that means everything is moving again. And we might have to use more. Oh, that one tree. Yeah, I'll do that myself. So you might have to add more to these outputters. And craft all of the simple circuit boards we have. Let's make that for the big ones. You're inputting brains here. I think for guts we have to do the same, because we get a lot of guts as well. But right now it's just blocked because we have so much meat. And I have still stuff in my inventory. So right now we're progressing at like 4 inserters, yellow inserters at a time. Eventually it should catch up, I hope. Oh, because the inserts from this side. So let's balance this, the cheap balancer. All right, so the Route Mark II should flow again. Our composters are working, our biomass power plant is working, and it should scale to what we actually overproduce at any given time once these are full. Good, nice, that worked out nicely. Stop doing that. We don't put down these belts, we don't talk about them, we just ignore them. All right, next up is scaling sap for Formica. We need to build a bunch of these sap extractors where we're mostly missing soil. So let's go to our mall, or our initial mall, and get some soil. How's this looking? Yeah, I mean, we had pretty much 2 full ones, so they cleared up pretty well. Not a problem. So now scaling sap and then replacing the lead mining drills, and then maybe it's time to go onto rails. It's exciting. Plan our first outpost. It's probably going to be coal mining, and then followed by tar processing. And it's going to be good. I'm excited for our first outpost. We can change that to 200 again, because I didn't need as many. I'm completely out of them again, so I have to steal those 120. And scale sap so we hopefully get more faster. And it's easier to scale sap than the new batteries, so I'm going to start with that. That looks good. Okay, we have a lot of garbage in our inventory. Let's get rid of that. We need biomass, this, meat, moss, utility boxes and gearboxes. They're like used so little. I'm tempted to throw them out. Oh, we created the first Route Mark II. Hell yeah. So now we can stop the reproductive complex and start breeding the Roux Mark II. Very nice. It went pretty fast. It didn't take us that long, but that's awesome. Hey Cam, how's it going? Long time no see. Hope you're doing well and work isn't too busy and everything got accepted. We just got our first second tier animal that we can use as a module, and those are make our machines way faster. You took an internet break? That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Some more to do? Hopefully it's not too much. That beeping sounds so good. I have the first Rauk tier 2. Where is he? There he is. Rauk Mark II. Perfect. We can stop this. I'm gonna take it. So how do we breed this one now? Do we do Rauk Mark II? Oh, we need Rauk Cocoons Mark II as well. So do we need to breed more of them? How do we get Rauk Cocoons Mark II? No. Oh, there, Rauk Cocoons Mark II. We need 2 Rauks. No. Continue. All right. I guess we need to change this to when value is greater than 1, but we got the first one, which is huge. Big achievement already. And where did we put it? In the other one? Yeah, you keep doing your Rauk things. Keep these 16 for me. We have empty barrels as well. Put them in here. So you keep doing your thing. Where's my Rauk Mark II? Did I already lose it? Where did I put it? I'm so confused where the Rauk went. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Either I'm blind or I already lost it. Well... Oh, it's here as a module. I mean, we could put it here as a module. It makes it go faster. That's actually a good idea. Yeah, these make this go faster, the breeding program. So we can actually leave that at greater than 0. Thanks for letting me know, Alex. I figured it out. I didn't think it would put it into the module, but that's actually a good idea to put it in there. So awesome. So we got the first one. We just need to run it maybe another 200 times to get the second one. Hopefully we get more lucky this time. And, well, back to what we were doing, scaling SAP modules. While we're back here, where's the utility boxes ahead of me? We're gonna drop the utility boxes back off because we don't need them in the inventory. There we go, keep those. The gearbox we throw into making trains where we stole them from. That cleans up our... You have to retract your message. You were right. I just got lucky to see it just in time. I could have been looking for a while. All right. We should have all the ingredients we need. We even have a bunch of stone. We need more iron, maybe more steel. Duralumin. Let's stack up on the duralumin as well while we're here. Simple circuit boards. Yeah, let's go to 168. Pour everything downstream. Our science right now is not working at all. And it's because we're short on animal samples, and that is because we're short on plasmids, which I think we may be short on because of simple circuit boards. laboratory instrument. And you're short on rubber. Oh, we're short on carbon black? Really? Is that from aromatics? No, from anthracene oil. I guess we're stealing all the anthracene oil to make gasoline. We could stop a bit of that. Yeah, because we now use more of the gasoline. So you could shut down these two from making gasoline. So we make more carbon black. Yeah, I guess we have to do that. Oh well. Well, we're making a good amount of gasoline anyway. We have too much, so we can shut down these two factories. It's not a big deal. Oh well. Less coke as well. We just remove the recipe from those two. That should have more anthracene oil for the carbon black again, and hopefully make enough for rubber again. Gasoline is at 200,000 around. Yeah, it's still a bit slow. That's all what we have right now. These are all running full. And you need, oh, you actually need anthracene oil. Oh yeah, I think I have that in my YAFC plan already. So yesterday I went through and looked at tar processing if we want to put it onto rails. And yeah, it's quite a beast that we have to go through here. We get out of 2 belts. Yeah, 2 belts of raw coal, because 1 belt makes about 132 tar per second. So out of 264 tar, 2 belts of coal, we get 45 organic solvent, 63 creosote, 2 carbon black, 114 aromatics, 144 gasoline, and coal dust. I save that for making activated carbon, 45 ash per second that we need to get rid of, and 54.2 coke that we export. And then once we're done exporting, like there's no demand for coke, we'll burn that instead of the coal that we bring in. And I'm already working with the new coal recipe that we get in hopefully a short amount of time, where we can break raw coal into crushed coal and then into coal, coarse coal, and coal dust, and we export the coal dust for the activated carbon. So that is the plan for get our first outpost in terms of tar, or in general, first outpost getting onto rails. So that's going to be exciting. That's also going to be a huge build. So let's first start with the small things that we still need to fix, like the sap and the lead drills. Good, let's get some soil, get these sap extractors up and running. Do you have soil? You have 193, but I think we need much more. We need iron plates as well. Let's get a full haul of soil. It's way too much, but we'll bring it back what we don't need. Let's get all the iron we can, and then that's 8. So we need stone bricks and more iron plate. That was a bit too much. Right, we have no more stone bricks here. Sad times. So we have to go to our new stone brick location, which is further down, right where we brought in the new stone, and get the stone bricks from there. Sadly, I think I'm gonna bring, like, I should make a lot more in that chest and then bring it back to the bus, so we have a location in the bus for stone bricks. This is landfill. Need to see that I find it. There should be 2 gas furnaces working tirelessly to provide us with stone bricks. And I hope I made the chest big enough as well. And somewhere here, we're getting a stone here. Where's the stone brick production then? Stone brick is here, and that's warm stone brick. Okay, after the cotton guts. Got it. Right here. So we have a few chests. Yeah. So that's 8,000 stone bricks. And we're going to bring that forward to the mall so we don't have to walk that often. But also that lets us make... Let's make 18... 20. Let's bring 40 seed trees then, or sap trees then. Then we added a bunch of capacity to our sap production. And hopefully that makes our simple circuit boards now run full time after we improved sync. I'm still not sure if switching to the new batteries is good because we still have shortages in that chain. I don't know if, do they need rubber? Because if they need rubber, we're in... They don't. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There you go. Don't remove that. They need zinc, glass, iron, lead, antimony. Antimony is a bit iffy, but we could switch to these batteries. I mean, it's working non-stop. How much is it producing? 0.1 per second, and I think this one is currently producing 0.25 for the copper zinc batteries here. Yeah, 0.2, so we would have to double the production, and then we get 50%, a bit more than 50% more production. How are you looking? 60? Yeah, it could be more. Let's improve the sap one first, and then we can try switching to batteries a bit later. Sap trees are here, and then I think we just expand further to the south here. We need 40. Let's find a spot for them. That's the next question. Where can we squeeze them in? Or where can we squeeze through? I think you can squeeze through here. Belt. Don't move me. Jump across here. Jump across here. And then maybe off here to the side. What is this? That's niobium. We need niobium soon. Bots, you're allowed to do your work again. So if we can plop them on all the way to the side, and niobium processing, we have space for it down here. So not a big issue. The robot's always picking up items one by one, pains me. Look at that, one robot for one item. Oh well. Let's see if we can fit the sap extractors here. Almost all of them fit. And one of them we just have to put across. All right, you get your modules, and you still need power. But we do that as soon as we clean this up. There's power over here. Where do we put the power lines? That's a good question. Because I kind of need to put them inside. Okay. Why can I not force build that? There we go. That'll work, right? Almost. Does this still stretch? It should. Now we just need to find actual power. There we go. And all of these should be working now. Oh, I need to give them tell them what they should craft. Is this off by one? No. Good, then you need these. Did I make 22 or did I miscount? I guess I miscounted. And get you some power. Stretches until here, and that should be everything. They should all be working. And we scaled our sap a bit more. Very good. Now, next up is using more of our precious fluid mining drill, precious simple circuit boards is fluid mining drills. I want to be able to craft 4 here. Actually, how many are on lead? There may be 6 already on lead. There's 8 on lead, so we want to be able to craft 8 of them. What do they need? A lot of iron. Use more iron. Steel, aluminum, simple circuit parts. How much copper do we have? None. Let's drop off the soil. We don't need that anymore. Thanks for helping. Look at all that stone. We're gonna keep that much, and the rest has to go. And copper we take like 400, that's fine. We can make 3. We need more steel and aluminum. Could be steel. Actually, we don't need that much. What are we missing? Small parts. Okay. 8, perfect. We can make 8. Now we're gonna walk over there / drive over there and exchange these 8 and pick them up first so we don't have to craft the fluid mining drills type 1. Oh, no, go here. What are you trying to do? Oh, don't remove that one mining drill. Don't be silly, robot. It's not that important. How's our coal gas looking while we're here? Tar is still looking good, even though I'm converting directly to aromatics, and coal gas is looking good as well. It's good to hear. It's car time. Time to run into things. That's what car time is also called. Where do you have to go? Well, that was a short ride, but better than walking. We should have enough acetylene to manage all of the mining here. Let's make 5 and 3 more. There we go. Now we just wait for them to finish crafting. And we put them down and hopefully everything just works. We need to bring in power. So let's not forget that. Oh, I'm out of power poles. Out of good ones, yeah. Good. Where's the next power? All the way up here. I mean, right there. I mean, all the way. It's pretty close. Oh, there's power down here even. Even closer. We'll need 1. Perfect. And that will double our lead mining rate, at least. Lead production is here somewhere. Are we still just melting plain lead? Looks like it, so we could upgrade that as well. Do we have better lead? Alloy smelting. Yeah, we have lead processing too. We already can make molten lead plates, but we didn't need that much. Do we have molten solder as well? This is iron niobium alloy. So these are all... Oh, we get molten duralumin. That's a new one. We can do lead antimony with molten lead. Yeah, that's all stuff I want to put on rails, ideally. When do we get molten solder? It's already researchable to get solder from molten tin and molten lead, or molten tin, molten lead, and tar to get double the solder, which is totally worth it. So we should actually consider putting tar on the bus. Well, not on the bus, on the trains. Robots, you're allowed to do your thing. Wow, making these engine units takes forever. But now we should crank out 5 at a time. And there we go. Mining commences. Put that one down. There we go. Thank you. They always start with the one furthest away. Oh, is the acetylene coming from this side? It has no mining fluid. Oh, now it stopped. Okay, that's what I figured. Where is the acetylene coming from? It's a good question. I think it's coming from this pipe here, going through. Still has a ton of acetylene in it. There you go, look at that. That should be a full belt of lead ore coming our way now. Still a huge waste of lead to not cast it when we can, but right now we don't need it. Just upgrading this is enough, I hope. And molten lead will then hopefully also be a train thing that we get to. All the metals should be relatively easy to do on trains because they only have so many dependencies. They have sand castings, which all the time so far we could make on site. They have borax, which is just one ingredient. They may have fuel requirements like basic oxygen furnaces kind of stuff, which we can fulfill after we do the tar stuff with coke, or we use raw coal and split it up into the coarse coal and coal part, which is also, it should be denser than coke actually. And coke can be used for more useful things. And we have a use for it in the tar. Like we will use it for other things in the tar processing if we don't completely export it. All right, all these things that I don't need or want go out. All right, scale sap done, lead mining drills V2 done. So what do? Do we explore the map and figure out how we want to put our rails down? Can I plan in... I can plan in the fog of war. Does it show it to me? Yeah, it does not show me where I plan. Let's take the car and take a little ride to where we potentially want to start with our coal outpost. And once we have that figured out, we can pick a spot to build our first tar factory on the rails and start planning that. Really, we don't have any fuel? Okay, cut down some trees. Good old tree-powered car. You're stuck out in the forest, just cut down a tree and have some fuel. Oh my god, how many rocks are here? Disgusting. All right, I think we want to go straight up here, but then squeeze through between the raw coal and the rare earth. And because there's a lot of space up here that we can use for building, and then to the side here. So let's just put down some blueprints. Hairy tree is in the way. Oh my god, the hardest part will be... What am I stuck against? This one? Wow, it was behind me and I got stuck against it. It's the wrong ones. These blueprints are what we need. It's gonna be a lot of rails that we need building this. Oh my god. That was close. And we don't even have large power poles yet. When do we get those? These ones, these are after niobium, and they cost niobium. They cost niobium to make. That is yuck. But niobium is the goal for us now anyway. So what do we need? Drill heads, and then niobium. Okay, well, we have to run our power a different way, I guess, for now. So let's build closer to... Build closer to where we are right now so we can easily run power. Oh, you removed the rail too. Rude. So where are we? Okay, we wanted to take a left turn right in front of us. Are there less aggressive left turns? I guess we make a very aggressive left turn or right turn. I think one straight, one back up may do the trick. If we end up in the oil sand, I don't really care that much. Yeah, we have to kind of do this if we want to stick with that grid. And go through the oil sand. Now we can plan how we want to get off here and onto, like, have a station here. We do that with the station stackers and how we get out of here. Ground to single right. And do we want the right-handed one? Yeah, we can do that. And we could do something like this. Put down another straight one under it. And then have probably more than one train because loading takes a long time. Get these right-sided stackers for 4 trains. Actually, this is mining. I'm considering doing 6 train length for mining. So 1 car in the front, 4 in the middle, 1 at the end. 6 car right. Have the stacker go up here. And then have a second one right after it. And we can connect them here. Collect the lower rails here. And yeah, that's the dream for now. We have to see if we can afford building all of this, and then with power poles still being quite a bit away, we might have to run power just by ourselves up here, which is, it's quite a distance, but you know, it is what it is. We just run our power up here with the normal power poles. I mean, we went the same distance up here. So we have power up here, actually. We can grab power from over here, so it's not as far until we get the better power poles. Now let's plan our first big factory, I would say. Stop driving against rocks. Then we can start putting down these rails. Once I make it back. Yeah, this first factory is gonna be a grand achievement once we get done with that. A, for putting all those rails down, and with the ramps and everything that are pretty scarce right now. Let's see how many ramps we have built so far. Here they are. We have 40 supports and 25 ramps, and we are short on refined concrete. Oh, because there's ash on it. No, we need to fix this ASAP. Cannot let the ash win. I made a mistake. So let's go back there. And figure out what is going wrong. I probably missed a filter, and that's why they put ash there, and that halted the production, which is unfortunate. It's not here. Right here? Yeah, it's here. So we have ash here, which broke everything, and we have ash here because these are not filtered. Only refined concrete here. Yeah. Now this should be working. They need 100 refined concrete, so stopping this is always a pain. You can actually add another one here. And you don't need as many, but I don't think I can get it in here any faster. Yeah, this, Cam, did you figure out the spaghetti in here? Do you know where things are going? Because that was quite a mess I built here. But hey, as long as it works, it works, right? I'm happy it took so long that it blocked, so we at least have like 23 supports and 26 rail ramps. And then tons of rails. So I need to empty out my... Actually, I can put it into... Can the robots take from my car? I don't think so. So we have to empty out my inventory and just go laying rails for a while. Let's drop off our stone bricks that we acquired. So they're in the factory. Then we go to building mode. Alright, let's make a new chest here. Stone bricks. Keep one stack. Still have reinforced concrete and normal concrete. I think I can get rid of the nanobots for now. We use the real bots right now, so that frees up some inventory space. I don't need the logs. I'm gonna need them for driving, but really not for much else. Stones can go. This random bolt can go. These can go. Sap goes. Salt. Where did I find salt? Probably picked up the something, or picked up a belt, I think, or something like that. All right. Before we build, I'm gonna take a short break, get some water, and don't run anywhere because we're gonna start our huge build for tar in a second. Be right back. All right, I am back, and let's get started with our big build here in our little sandbox where we still have the route build. I'm gonna delete here. Oh, the save didn't agree with me here. All right, we're gonna start with some rails and our rail blueprints. Let's say we have some rails here and get one of these fancy exits. Let's assume we have power available to us here. Actually, I'm going to remove that a bit up. Hey Crisco, how's it going? Cam is number 2 because he's working. Don't you know? It's fine. Why are you not a number at all, Crisco? Where have you been? Okay, go sit for it then. That's acceptable. How you doing, Crisco? All right, let's put our first exit on here. The 2 header ones. And we're gonna have single R, I think, is the one we're gonna go with. Wait, why are there... Oh, elevated. We don't want elevated. We want ground single R. All right. And I should have kept that blueprint out. And where are the 2-headed ones? Go out a bit, and then we put down... I need to stop doing that. Put down our... Well, we have 1 incoming, right? Which is a mining train, which is 6 long, potentially. And we might want to have 2 of these incoming because of the throughput limitations. Let's connect these up. And they can come in. I don't know if that's enough space to unload, actually. So we need to check unloading. You've been here right here, but not watching you until the moment I started. You started? You started watching? Good. Now let's see what unloaders we have here in the rails. I think we have stations, requesters, and then unloaders. 1 left, 1 right, 3 parallel. Yeah, I think we want to do... Oh, that's 1 off. Unload. No, unload here. Here. And here. And on the left side, we do the same. Unload here. Here. Am I off by 1 now? Interesting. Should still fit. Oh, I see they're offset. I see they're offset by 1, so these connect through. But then we have double power poles. Interesting. But did I offset it by 1 down here? Yep, I offset it by 1 down here. Start over. There we go. Then put the left side on here. Now both of them connect, very good. There we go. I guess that is intended. And parallel output add-on for 3 of them. How do you want me to use this parallel output add-on for 3? Okay, I get it. This is this way. And these merge over here. This goes here. And the parallel output add-on can be flipped, I would assume. Yeah. All right, now we need to make all of those yellow and yellow inserters. Perfect. And then bring, first connect these in here. Almost can reach. All right, these are unloaders and they should fit, right? Yeah, they're unloading from the right side. This is 6 belts, ideally, worth of stuff. I don't know if they're actually gonna be filled belts, probably not. Because this is 1, 2, 4, that's 4 point something per second. So let's assume they are half filled belts. So we still probably want one more unload. We have this stuff here that we're gonna merge into 2 belts for the incoming stuff. So we want to have a 6-to-2 belt balancer right here. Connect these over. All right, these are our 2 belts of raw coal that come in. And I think we can copy the entire thing here one more time to get the other 2 belts in. Does that fit? No, it does not fit anywhere. Any way, shape, or form. Yeah, let's not make it too tight. And connect these over. There you go, and connect these together. Now, these are 2 inputs for raw coal that we need. Now, next is, let's look at our giant YAFC setup here. We have quite a few outputs. We have coke output, which is 4 belts of coke. We have 4 belts of ash. We have some coal dust, we have some gasoline, some aromatics, some carbon black, some creosote, and some organic solvent. So it's gonna be quite a large train station here. So let's deal with the coke first. That's 4 belts of coke. And so we probably wanna do something very similar with the loading as we did with the unloading. Let's copy this over with a similar distance. And here we're going to switch to 4-car ones because we're not going to go as long in our normal trains. Let's give it this much space. Right, let's see what loaders we have. Providers. 2-car ones. Actually, we can flip them to be from above. Yep, and then flip like this. So they're coming in from above. We're gonna downgrade all of them. And that is a splitter coming here for 4 lanes of stuff. I don't know if they can load 4 lanes. That is always the question. I think here we just connect with these. across. So how much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 7.2 per second per lane. So you can load, in theory, 2 full belts, right? That's a 715. Yeah, you can load 1 belt here and 1 belt, full belt here with our current loaders. So we want to copy this over. That's a nice spacing. And build a station here as well. All right, we have to move it 1 over. That was fine. And let's see if we can connect this. Everything has power. We need to connect these here. And then connect the trains here. So this is the small part of the station that handles the solid stuff. And then we have the same for ash. Splitters in the way? Oh, of this one, that's fine. Right, so this is, let's put some naming down. This is raw coal. Right, there's no spaces. This is coke out. And then we have ash out. And then let's look back into YAFC how many... Oh, we still have coal dust out, which we also want to do, but that's one station. And then we have carbon black out, so that's another station. We don't have to use 2 stations. We can do that with Cybersyn, I guess, to filter which side is loading. And that might actually be a thing we consider, that we have multiple items on one of these loading and unloading. Let's actually copy this over. Oh, come on. Can't reach. Yeah, we had quite a spacing in between here. The auto planner isn't always smart enough to understand where to put them. But yeah, we can make this then coal dust out. And then the left side is carbon black out. And then we figure out with Cybersyn and some signals how we can actually make sure that it only loads the thing that it's supposed to load. It outputs, the combinator outputs like what is requested, and then we can hook up the inserters for actually requesting the right thing. Are the inserters actually hooked up right now? No, all the chests are hooked up, but not the inserters. So the inserters we can hook up with, let's say, the red wire, and then do some logic to make it figure out what exactly it will pick up. All right, ginormous station already. How big is this on our map? Let's take a look. Yeah, that's already a ginormous station that we're building here. And that's gonna go all the way up here. Where's the coal? So yeah, if we don't build further to the right than what we are, then where we start, like we assume this rail is like going straight, we can squeeze it in here or like maybe down here. That wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we're gonna go over a bunch of patches here, but you know, we're on rails now. We don't care that much about that anymore. All right, carbon black out, coal dust out. The next things are the liquids. We have gasoline. So let us put down another rail stacker for gasoline. And let's see what rail blueprints they have for liquid. 2 wagons worth per wagon, 1 wagon's worth per wagon. Oh, the storage. I see. That makes sense. So we do this. I don't think it has enough access points. So these are 3 already. How much is these? These are 3 per. So the access, there's only 3 access points. Oh, this is unloading. Never mind. We want to do loading. Stations, providers. 2 times capacity. There we go. So this is 2 times the capacity of a train that we can hold here. We might have some other dedicated storage back here that can hold more of a buffer than just 2 trains worth. But we're gonna pump it into here. So this is always, you know, as full as it can, and the buffer back here is just, you know, the train station doesn't need to know about that for any reason. Good, we can copy this for our next trains. So we have, these actually fit next to each other, nice. So we have, I think, 4 liquids, right? So we have gasoline, aromatics, creosote, and organic solvent. So those are 4 liquids, and we can, you know, distribute them as we see fit, whatever fits the nicest into our build. All right, what a mess. This is a giant train station, and it's probably going to be bigger than the build to begin with. Oh, one thing I forgot was obviously we need tar as an input. So we can actually start on this side as well, and just delete everything inside these power poles and get the requester one. And we unload here. Good, that's the train station. Ginormous train station, and we can say that this is the important one, tar in. And go from here. All right, let's look back into YAFC. What are we doing with the tar? We put the tar into 14 of our tar processing units. We can do that right here where we are, and we need steam, which we do on the other side then. Let's get started with the tar processing units. We can do maybe we can stack them all. How many are those? 9. Steam. 10. 11, 12, 13. Yeah, the steam build is going to be crazy, because just for the steam, we need 30 secondary crushers and 10 automated screeners just to get to our coal, coarse coal, and yeah, coal and coarse coal we burn, and our coal dust. So yeah, it's going to be a mission just to even get to what we burn. And then also we want to have a fallback where we instead burn the coke when the storage is full. So when that backs up, we start burning the coke instead of burning the raw coal, instead of blocking everything. And then we also add a few oil burners with carbolic oil to the mix. Actually, yeah, we burn all the syngas that we produce. So the syngas that's produced from this here, actually we need to ship in the syngas as well, right? Yeah, we need to ship in the syngas as well. We just assume we burn all the syngas. And then if we really need syngas, we can make it from, well, flue gas is one, but coke oven gas into flue gas into syngas is one we can do, or do soon. Natural gas, probably not as good, but the coal bed gas. So 200 coal bed gas and 500 hot air and activated carbon gives us 200 syngas. And then there's also the dirty syngas refining somewhere here. So there's ways for us to get syngas. So we're not going to use the syngas from the coal gas, but use that as input for one of our burners. Good that I checked. I already forgot about that. So we need another liquid input one. Yeah, that's another input one. No, output. We need an input one. So we need to copy this one. Nope. Here. And then connect that as well. Yeah, we could even put down a depot and some... I think Cybersyn would work in the sandbox. I'm not completely sure. I think it's a different surface. But yeah, that is not tar in, but that is syngas in. And we can deal with that like literally right where we are. So now you are making tar refining bottoms 13 times, and we're gonna first do the cabling, so to say, the piping, before we deal with all of this. Remove this one. So let's just do pitch here, and creosote here, anthracene here, and middle oil here. And what else do you need? Do you have any other output? No. So this one just goes up 13 times. How many do we have? 14. So one less. There we go. That is our first step in processing the tar. And here are these connected. I mean, I see no reason why they wouldn't be connected. But let's do it this way. And put a pump. Yeah, just put a simple pump here. I don't see a reason why they wouldn't be connected. It ends up being the same anyway. So tar comes out here. And goes in here. The steam will come from here. Probably all the way over here. Yeah, further out. We might want to move this up a bit, but depends on what we do with the raw coal processing. You may be able to fit like the 30 crushers and screeners into this empty space. Then produce steam here and send it over. But we'll figure that out. We know for a fact that the syngas will be burned in 5 oil burners. So we can put these oil burners down. Right where the syngas is processed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need some water for them. That's where the syngas comes in. Actually, this is where I put the pump. And there we go, syngas is coming in. And let's do the pipe providing syngas. So we have syngas that's burning in here, and we get our first steam. There we go. And then tar, we also put it down here. And these now need electricity. And they should be all working. Very nice. They're all now producing middle oil, creosote, anthracene oil, and pitch. So creosote, let's look over to YAF. Is anything else producing creosote except their initial 63.4? No. So this is one that we instantly ship out. Or void. That's the other thing. Creosote isn't important, so we voided once it's full. We might void all of these once they're full. So we have to see how we're going to do that. But let's start with creosote. Immediately make it go out to a train station. This down here will be our fluid bus, I assume. And then we're gonna have another buffer in here. Where are the storage tanks? These are expensive, but they might be the way to go. And put a pump in here and then connect those two. Because they should be one connected fluid system anyway. And they distribute across each other, so I mean there's no point in separating them. Even this one here, there's no point in having them separated, but it's fine. Yeah, they should be connected at all times, because there should be never a time when a train unloads and one side is kind of full and the other one isn't. It should always be connected and equalized. So then we can stop this and put the pump right here. There we go. And for the syngas as well, we'll just put the pump. I removed what it was. Syngas. We put the pump right here. And then it stretches across. Perfect. I don't know if there was something else in there. This is steam now. Good. Syngas, tar, this will be creosote. And we already put a pump. Do we need a pump for this? Yeah, let's put a pump there just because it's the right thing to do. So creosote is being pumped in here. And how do we do excess? I think we want to move this one up. Not you. And we can't span this. And we have a void down here. So whenever this is too full, we start voiding. So this one can hold 100,000. So if anything is greater than 99K, we will start voiding here, so everything keeps running smoothly. And ideally this would be connected, but that's fine to do it this way. All right, creosote done. Let's look back at YAFC. So this one is done. And creosote is handled. Pitch, anthracene, and middle oil are all dealt with later. Is another one that's a one and done. So pitch, we want to do pitch last because it gives us the coke, which is all the way on the other side, and also the gasoline. So I think we go... Where's light oil? Light oil is by itself, but has gasoline, which other things will produce as well. And aromatics, I think it's the only thing that produces aromatics. So we can do 5 DDCs for light oil next. Actually, no, light oil depends on the middle oil. Right, sounds like middle oil is what we deal next. And the carbolic oil for this one is also burned for steam. So let's do 4 tar processing units for middle oil. So we just put them next here, and you are middle oil into light oil, carbolic oil, and naphthalene. Do we align this with this one maybe? It should always line up, right? Yeah. So we can do that. So we have one central line. And how many did I say need? I need 4 of these. Do this. Now they need power as well. And steam. Hope that works with the power poles. It doesn't. One. Just squeeze that one in here. So this is steam, which we can connect down here. And now they're working. And I think for the carbolic oil, we only need 1 oil burner, so we can put that one. I was saying we can just put that one here, but we need to route the water, so it doesn't really matter how we route it. There is a pipe going there anyway. So we're gonna do it this way. Actually, we can just stack it on top of that. That's fine. All right, and the syngas doesn't connect, but this here instead will be carbolic oil. Copy that to here. So where do we have space on this whole thing? Let's go as low as we can. Never mind. We might have to move everything down a bit or up a bit. That's fine. That's why we are blueprinting it in the sandbox. And let's figure out where everything goes. This is this line, this is this line, this is this line. And carbolic oil comes down this way. And will be connected here. And produce some steam for us as well. Good. Now the second one is done. With that now, with the light oil and the naphthalene oil, we can do further things. So tar refining tops is done. Now we can make aromatics out of the light oil. So we need 5 DDCs to make aromatics out of light oil. So let's do that. Where are the DDCs? Here. So with light oil, aromatics, and gasoline. So we connect it over here again. Ideally, we line it up, but you know, it doesn't work all the time. Ideally, we want to do this. Then aromatics come down here. That's one output, and gasoline as another output. So we can copy this one 3 more times. 3, 4, 5. And it needs power as well. And now we're dealing with the light oil making aromatics and gasoline. So aromatics we can pretty much put here. We just copy the same layout. If you are over 99,000, you shall be voided as well. Ideally, we never get in that situation, and if everything is full, we should have another check. Like if everything is full, we don't void. So there's another to-do that I'm going to put on my to-do list. Don't void if everything is, let's say, more than 50%. We want to figure that out as well, and maybe do some more logic in here so we don't void for no reason. All right, and this will be aromatics. We'll put a pump in here. Give it some power, and there we go. Aromatics are a go. The next thing is gasoline. Gasoline will be produced more than once. We have 2 more things that produce gasoline, so we want to have a line established where gasoline flows, and then we can export it here as well. So let's do this again over here. Same thing. And so we said this is aromatics, and this is nothing right now. This is creosote. Okay. Put a pump there. Let's label these. So out. Creosote out. And this is, why are they empty? Aromatics out. Aromatics out, and this will be gasoline out. Good, but for gasoline, as I said, we want a line that goes across here, and I think this one is free. And then from that line, we come down here. Yeah, let's do a pump this way. For the gasoline. Yeah, these should all be off, right? It's at 99,000. Why are these empty then? Reproduce some aromatics for sure. Well, debugging time later. And you're not running because you're full of pitch, yeah. And we can clear pitch real quick and make sure they actually arrive and don't get voided. Creosote arrived. Aromatics arrive. And gasoline arrive. Good. It's another thing off our YAFC list. Next up is treating naphthalene oil. And then we have 3 dealing with anthracene oil and 1 with pitch. All right, so naphthalene oil and carbolic oil will go into organic solvent. So because we have carbolic oil twice, we need an overflow valve for it to be burned. So let's do that first. Carbolic oil is here, and we're gonna say, give me an overflow valve. Allows flow when the input is over 80%. Right. So let's do this here. We also could put down a small buffer that lets us do that. But the overflow valve should be enough for that. Now the next thing is 4 DDCs for naphthalene oil and carbolic oil into organic solvent. So let's make organic solvent. Oh, I haven't unlocked that yet. Yeah, I haven't unlocked it yet. All right, well, we're just gonna have to remember that carbolic oil will be going here. And what is it? Naphthalene. Are you naphthalene? Anthracene. This is naphthalene, right? Naphthalene, okay. So naphthalene comes here. And goes here as well. And we need 4 DDCs for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the output of that will be organic solvent. So we just assume we have organic solvent here. Put it on this lane. And do the same thing as we did down here. Very energetic music. For it being in the chill playlist, but I love it. Have some energy playing. Factorio. And that is voided if we have too much as well. And we call that our organic solvent out. And just call it org solve out. Can put it down here as well. Yeah, that's fine. Syngas and Tarin on top, and then the outputs are down here. All right, was that all the liquids we want to export? Yes. Do you produce gasoline? No, just organic solvent. Good. Anthracene oil is next. So we're running out of space a bit here. We still have space for pitch here. Actually, no, this can't go here. Goodbye, anthracene oil. We need to actually jump here. And put that pump over here. This lane isn't taken, right? Okay, so we have anthracene and pitch. That will come down here. And with the anthracene oil, now that organic solvent is done, we're gonna do 3 different things. We're gonna use a reformer, an ionic upgrader, and 14 DDCs And we're going to do that in this order because we get coke out on the other side. And then from the pitch, we also get coke. So we want to combine these streams at the end. So let's start with carbon black with one reformer, anthracene oil, and vacuum into carbon black. So where are the reformers? The giant reformer. Oops, no, that was correct. And you make carbon black with one reformer. It's kind of about the amount we need and about amount we want for what we produce here. How much? How do we get? Yeah, so this is, I did the math a bit, and so for one reformer we make 2 carbon black, and that's about what we can get from the amount of aromatics we make. So overall, obviously that will be too much because aromatics are going to be used somewhere else as well. And yeah, that's going to be a giant build just to make 114 aromatics per second. But you know, this is the best what we can do right now. And this should secure us a good rubber supply, but we might still have to make another factory just to make aromatics and then have carbon black too much, at which point we can say, okay, we just don't convert it to carbon black, we instead convert it to gasoline and coke instead. We have this ionic upgrader in here because we produce hydrogen somewhere, and it is with the coke one, and we have that here to get more gasoline for the anthracene we use. We already make the hydrogen, might as well use it. All right, one reformer, we need vacuum as well. This is actually vacuum on this side, and we put a vacuum pump or pump in general here that makes a vacuum. And again, they all need power. That was one too far. And you need power as well on the other side. There you go. You get power. You have anthracene oil. You make carbon black. And we can just put that, this perfect placement actually, put that on a belt right here. And have that as our output. How much do you make? 2 per second. So 3 of these will do. It's only going on one side, but at the speed of 3 per second, it doesn't matter. As long as these are filled equally, it should be fine. All right, carbon black done. On top of that, I think I'm gonna stack so we don't build too far into the width of it. We gonna put 3 ionic upgraders. Actually, how tall is this? 19 DDCs. So we might do the 14 DDCs first for the anthracene oil. Let's see how much space we have. We still have a ton of space in this direction, so it might be good for us to just stack these 13s. And then again, we're already that high up here. So, and you know, given Factorio World is unlimited in size, for pretty much unlimited in size, we can continue taking as much space as we want. And especially in this map where I said, okay, I don't want any cliffs because they're just annoying. I want to build nice builds and not worry about cliffs and other cliff explosive research and stuff like that. And I selected very few lakes. There's not much in the way of us except trees and ore patches, but there's plenty of ore everywhere around, so we can just build over them. I might install ore eraser so we get rid of all the ugly ore patches in our factories. We'll see if I end up doing that. I think in editor mode you can do it, but I'd rather not use editor mode for that. So let's see if I install ore eraser or not. Good, let's put the 13 DDCs here. That will make gasoline and coke. Right, those are the ones we We are targeting, yes, the... Okay, so yeah, it doesn't really matter which order we go. We could also put the coke ones to the as the next lane. So let's put the 3 ionic upgraders first. I don't even know where to find them. They're here. I don't think I've ever used them. They're... Or in this playthrough, I think we never seen this one. So anthracene oil and hydrogen makes us gasoline. And so do this for gasoline. And we need 3 of them. All right, and they produce no coke. So the hydrogen's gonna come from on top, and the gasoline's gonna go out to the bottom. Where's our gasoline line? This is our gasoline line. Almost. So this is our gasoline line, and we're gonna connect it up here to our next gasoline producer. And they also need a power again. Oh, that didn't work out. Or are they offset? There we go. We don't need the last one. That is a nice build for our anthracene oil plus gasoline. Are we out of anthracene oil already? Yeah, you nummed on everything. This should be, like, we have one reformer that should take the anthracene oil it all once, and the rest goes up here. So we don't need to worry about overflow valves or something like that. Also, new Factorio 2.0, every requester, so to say, every building that requests fluids should take from the pipe similarly, so order doesn't really matter. All right, this is gasoline done. The first gasoline with hydrogen. We still need to hook up the hydrogen. Then we have 14 DDCs, also for anthracene oil. So let's put these in place. And where's our anthracene oil? Here. Does it find it? No. It's coke, right? Or is it gasoline? Gasoline with coke. There we go. Do we want to turn this any different way? No, I think gasoline out here is fine. We do this input and then gasoline as output. And this should be gasoline. Yeah. Gasoline as output, and then also we have coke as output. How much do you produce? 1.25. That's too much for an electric inserter, so we just use 2 mechanical ones, and 1 inserts on the inside and 1 inserts on the outside, so we don't have to deal with like mirroring them or something. We just build into the height here, and these 13 are not going to reach this height, and then we'll figure out what we do with the remaining space. We need a ton of space for boilers and stuff like that. And let's move these. Here. And so these are 2 ash out, 2 coke out, and then 2 raw coal in. Good. So we need 13 of you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That might be 14. Was it 18? Really? 13, there we go. And we need 14. Okay, one more. Cut that, can cut this. Of course, we copied an error. Why wouldn't we have? Glad I saw it now, except later, instead of later wondering like what on earth is going on. Let's clear whatever we have too much. We still have too much pitch. Let's clear that and let's see if everything else is working as intended. This needs power. Now these are working and should produce coke. Good, yeah, coke handling will be interesting. First, we're gonna have to bring it here. Actually, we might want to switch this and make this coke out and this ash out. Because we need to balance everything into 4 belts anyway. And so Yafk says we made a gasoline. So the next one is finally taking care of the pitch in 19 DDCs, but we also get a bunch of coke out of that. This is actually more than one belt already. So let's go somewhere to the middle. Yeah, somewhere here is fine. And make this a second belt. So we already have 2 belts, 2 belts of coke, not full belts of coke, but 2 belts of coke, and we're gonna get another 3 belts that come in here. So in total, we're gonna split it up into 4 belts, equal belts. But yeah, let's get started with the DDCs. 19 DDCs to make pitch into a lot of stuff. More anthracene oil, more naphthalene oil, and a ton of coke. So what is this recipe? Let's see, it is coke. Yep, this one. Pitch into coke. And we get pitch on the side. Yeah, these outputs are a little annoying. Let's put them on the top. You also need steam. All right, so let's start with pitch. Let's put hydrogen all the way outside. I don't know if we have to go all the way out that far outside. And then we're gonna have steam. Let's do it like this. And on the other side, we will have anthracene oil and naphthalene oil. And when we copy this, can I flip this so this works out? Are these the same connections? Yeah, this fits and this fits. And the steam fits. So we can do this a little mirrored. And do it in pairs of 2. And then we still have light oil. Just gonna put on here. All right, what a mess. What a spaghetti. All right, let's bring pitch in. Let's bring power in as well. All right, so next is steam. Where do we have steam? This is the steam line. And steam we want from here. So you're working now. Now what do we have? We have hydrogen, which we're going to bring over here. But we're going to be pretty high. We're going to bring the hydrogen over from the top. Then what else do we need? We have anthracene oil here. Where's our output of anthracene? It's here. The anthracene is here. Naphthalene is here, I believe. So that should connect. We also have to check if they tile properly. Like, I know this one won't connect. This one won't connect. And we have research coal processing too. So we can actually do the coal splitting that we want to do. And organic solvent is the next one we're researching that we need to actually set the recipes on these here. All right, so these should be hooked up. We have steam hooked up. Hydrogen will be hooked up later. We have naphthalene hooked up. We have anthracene hooked up. Light oil. Where is light oil? Okay, we hooked up light oil directly, which means we can borrow the creosote line, thank God, and hook up light oil. And then we need to get the coke out somehow, which is the next problem. I mean, how much do you produce? 2 coke per second, so that's not too big of a problem. We just do this mess. We still have to get this out as well. Maybe it's time to move everything up a bit. But that would be a pain rewiring everything. Let's see if we can wiggle through. Let's just draw that one later as well. And put the 2 inserters here. Good, you have no pitch. Right. If you copy this monstrosity here, light oil and steam, we don't. No, yeah, we need to do this. Steam comes in the middle anyway. This connects. Light oil connects. This doesn't connect. Does this one connect? No. Still doesn't connect. There, now it connects. Pitch connects, steam connects, hydrogen connects. So can we copy this, and does it work? How many are these? These are 14, and I believe we need 19. 14, 16, 18, 20. Is it worth removing the last one? Is the question. Now these produce 2 belts of coke. And then the hydrogen here, we move over here to where it's needed. No, we need hydrogen here. There we go. So this one should be producing gasoline now. We have our 2 belts of coke. We might actually bring the coke all the way up top. Oh, so this is now higher. So we might want to move that in parallel, like next to each other. Whatever, it's not worth it to have to rewire all of that stuff. Oh, back in reality. the shocking reality of not having built this already and still having to build all the machines and actually put it into reality, which will be a long endeavor. I can already see that. But we can start with like 1 DDC each and 1 building each and then slowly work ourselves up there. But yeah, building all these train stations and stuff like that is not going to be easy. Just material-wise. Are they even all connected now? I think they're all connected. And then, you know, doing the Cybersyn stuff, we still have to do still a bunch of routing to do with the belts. So carbon black is here and we don't need to worry about it anymore. Then coke out is 4 belts. So these 4 belts are coke out. So I think we want to bring them. Actually, let's bring these down first. And I just hope all of this connects. So after 7, no, we have, how many do we have? 14 or, no, we have 19. So after 8 or so, 9 here, we just say, okay, this becomes its own belt and goes down here now. So in the end, we end up with 2 belts from here that are coke. And we still have to figure out how to fit the coal dust in here then. And then 2 belts that are coke here. We can do it this way. Coke out on both sides. Yeah, it's a bit tight because we want to balance that equally. So 4x4 balance, and then we have to figure out how we finagle that back. There we go, 4x4 balancer. We can put that one as early as possible. And then you will use yellow, not the blue. Well, and then we need a priority for each of them. It's fine. I like the challenge and I like the mod. I'm having a ton of fun here building this. Hey, Lukas, how you doing? All right, now we need to split with priority. We need to say output priority left. For all of these, and then this is what is actually going to go out to the train. That again. All right, so we have stuff going to the trains now. So now we have, actually the priority is wrong. Everything should go to the trains first. And if we can't use them in the trains, we're gonna start burning it. And so let's look back at YAFC. Do we have any other production buildings? No. So the rest is all just managing steam, which will be fun. All right, before we continue with the steam part of all of this, I'm gonna take another quick break. Don't go anywhere if you wanna see how we dance with the steam around here. And 4 belts of coke, 4 belts of raw coal, 4 belts of ash, and we still have the coal dust that needs to get out of here some way. Be right back. Don't go anywhere. And we are back. Had to grab some water because it's 83 degrees in here and pet the kitties. And now we have 20 minutes to figure out our whole Steam situation here before I have to sadly go because I have prior commitments. See if we can fit the Steam through here. We can. Very good. So let's look at the good old YAFC. What we want to know is, I think I need to disable all of these here. We're going to keep the syngas. We're going to keep the steam boiling. We set this to 0. Okay. We need to set the syngas to 4.58. This one to 0.21, and then we can set this to 0. It won't let me set it to 0. Okay, we just disable it. Okay, do I need to disable all of them? That's annoying. Why can I not? Oh, because this is disabled. There we go. So we need 57 boilers to get rid of our 42 coke per second that we produce. So that's going to be fun. 57 divided by 4 is a cool 14.25. So we're going to have 4 lanes of 15 boilers here now. Let's grab our boilers. And where do we start? We can just start here. How many are these? 12, close. 13, 14, 15, and put like a water source up here. Might as well put it all the way up there. Good, 1 belt of coke will go up here. And we need, as far as I know, 2 inserters. For each of these to be working. And on the other side, also 2 inserters to get rid of this again. So we're gonna say filter by ash. Oh, you only made like yeah, everything is going in here. So you shouldn't have anything until these boxes are full. Are these boxes enough? It stores to 100. So these are 2 trains full. We honestly might want to... Yeah, this is fine for right now. We may want to store more coke than this. We may want to put a warehouse in here in the middle. It's going to be super tight. That's the problem. So we can leave it for now. This won't be our main coke producer. All right, Lukasz, have a good night. 2:30 a.m. is pretty late. You all right? All right, yeah, so let's keep this as storage. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 trains of storage. That's good enough. So once we have stored 8.5, 9 trains of coke, we're gonna start burning it, which I think is reasonable. And we have a belt of ash out here. And then we just copy this down. Why don't you like that? There we go. And that is more steam. So we can now take this and flip it. And then, actually, let's not do this yet. because what I want to do is put one on the inside, which makes it much better to balance. Then we take this, flip it, take the entire thing, and copy it one more time. Yeah, let's make one space in here. Yeah, and we have to figure out the ash out. As well, because it's not just these will be preferred, but we will have other ash inputs coming here. So let's make these like 4 lanes that will actually go out, and then we need a potential 8 to... Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Potential 8 to 4 balances. So 4 from these and 4 from the other side to bring them back in. I right now only have this one. It's 42 per second. So we don't have 4 full lanes. We only have 2 and like 3/4 or something like that. But yeah, we have 4 lanes coming in here. So let's make it simply... well, this is built. What else do we need out of here? We have 42 in. We know how many boilers we have. So we disable this again now. And then enable these. So a fixed building count of 30. All right, this will produce also 45. We can split that again into 4. Even though, yeah, 3 is more likely. Well, this doesn't fit on... This barely fits on 3 belts. This is exactly 3 full belts. So we might as well also split it into 4 again. So I have this 13 on 1, and then another 15, 15, 14 for this one. So yeah, let's go on to... Sorry, I wasn't showing that. And YAFC. We have 45 here. We can take the 13.5 on 1 belt and split these into 4 belts of coal into ash. And then, yeah, we're gonna have a 8 to 4 balancer. And not that these 8 are always gonna be filled, but the thing is we have 8 potential input belts, and I just want to make sure they are balanced with each other. We still need a logic that says steam is prioritized from here over from the rock hole. So that's the next thing we should add, and we probably... Well, first we should complete what we have here before we continue with squirrel brain activities. All right, these are working, should be working. The ash is one question. Wait, this is, yeah, this is ash out. Yeah. I was just confused for a second whether we deal with ash or coke out. If that would have been coke out here, like we would have to bring coke out, I would have been like, oh shit, we're out of space. But no, this is ash. This is exactly what it's supposed to be doing. And yeah, not a tile too few reserved here. I mean, theoretically I could move it by 1 tile, but you know what I mean. And now let's deal with the steam. I want to have not too much of a steam battery. We don't need that. I just want a tank that has good access. think we could do it with this one. What is the line for Steam here? Let's connect it to Steam first and foremost. And power it. Now we want these to always come in. And then when the other steam comes in, I only want it to pump when everything is smaller than, let's say, 5,000. All right, so if there's less than 5,000 in it, and I used everything because it says here, output all input signals, even if all output signals meet the condition, it will pass. It is true when there's no inputs. So when there's no steam, then it triggers and we will fill it up. That's important compared to using anything, which if there's nothing there, would actually say the condition is false. So if everything is smaller than 5K or 0, right, is implied by that, we will pump from the other side. All right, that looks fine. We have 4 more ash lines and we have to deal with the raw coal. So let's take a look at YAFC. We have taken care of this and we have taken care of the steam prioritization. Now we have taken care of the syngas. We have taken care of the carbolic oil. Now we only have left is the coarse coal. So let's, well, I think it's a good time to stop here. I only have 8 minutes left. I think we achieved quite a bit building this monument here. All of the coke that we can't export will be burned here and has prioritized steam production. These all will burn all the time because we need them anyway. We have the outputs for, well, we have inputs of syngas and tar. They go into our machines here. We get creosote, aromatics, gasoline, and organic solvent out. We have carbon black that is produced. Coal dust, we still have to somehow snake through here. We can do that right now and try to snake through the coal dust. We can do a normal belt here. And there we go. We have a belt for coal dust. But next time, next stream, we will finish this monstrosity. Let's see how much it takes up on the map. It's not too big, you know. We can squeeze it in here close to the base so we can power it easily. We can bring materials there easily. And yeah, it's gonna be our first ginormous build here in the base on rails. Probably mostly limited by rail supports, rails, and the ramps, because I don't know how our production is looking now, but it wasn't the best when I checked last time. Where is our rail production? Here's our rails. Rail ramp. Here it is. We have currently, we have 40 rail ramps. I'm gonna go with build all of them. And yeah, we need a ton of rail supports. Let's make that 2 rows. Yeah, let's build all of them in the world. Are they expensive? They're fine. Like our bottleneck is refined concrete. And here our bottleneck is gravel right now. Well, we're full on the sand, so none of these will steal away from the gravel. I mean, now they do, but you know, because we used some sand. This would need another gravel crusher, chalk crusher for gravel, but I don't have any space in here. I squeezed this into this space and it barely fit, and I'm really happy that I made it fit. And well, here we are. For anybody who's new, this is our current base after 100 hours. We started here in this little iron and coal patch. We expanded to this iron and made molten iron right now. We conquered this coal patch and had our first little power plant here. We scaled to aluminium, also as molten aluminium already. Down here are initial patches for tin, for antimony, for titanium, stone, and quartz. Here's a big scale version of incubated petri dishes. And these two are still missing. And then the proudest last big build is where we did Raux Mark II. This guarantees that we can make enough latex for rubber. Now we're just short on the aromatics to make the polybutadiene to make rubber. So that is why this next build that we just worked on is so important. It gives us all of the important fluids, and hopefully that alleviates our rubber issues and is a first good step onto going onto rails. We also got our first Rauch Mark II. Rauch 2 Mark II. We need one more so we can start breeding the Rauch 2 Mark IIs, and then we have better modules. Speed is doubled when these are inside. All right, thank you all so much for watching. If you're new here, go subscribe so you catch my next stream. I hope everybody has a beautiful rest of your day. If it's in the middle of the night for you, like for Lukasz, I hope you sleep well. For everybody, enjoy the rest of your day and see you next time.